Good morning, guys. It's a fresh, cold, wintry, sunny Sunday morning. For any of you guys that follow me on social media, which I know a few of you do, on Facebook, Instagram, that type of thing, you will have seen or picked up on that I do a lot of photography as well as just making videos. And in actual fact, I started off as a photographer, still am a photographer, but then moved across to trying out videography. So today's video, I'm going to get out with my camera, go back to my roots, and show you my mindset, how I approach doing photography. I'm going to do all types of photography that I enjoy, such as street photography, where you're taking pictures of random, peculiar, strange things that are happening in the street, people, scenes, and stuff like that. But I'm going to be posting as well throughout this video the before and after shots of what I take, where my mind was at when I took that shot, and what my thought process is leading up to that shot. I'll also basically be going through the settings on the camera as well. I'll dumb them down for you guys so you don't have to be intimidated if you are new to photography. So stay tuned, stick with me, and let's do this.
For the curtain call, guess I want it all, anyway at all, thought I missed it by waiting for the game.
Okay, so first things first, we're going to head out to a street that I reckon will be quite busy. That's what you want when you're trying to do street photography. You want as many people as you can. I like to be a bit more intrusive with it, so I prefer to go with a long lens, like a zoom telephoto lens. Also a wide angle lens as well is a bit less intrusive. A lot of the people that I take pictures of do look different, are quite old, wrinkly, down and out type looking people. I don't judge at all, that's not why I do it. I just prefer being artistic and stuff to find someone that's got a bit of character, and they're generally the people that possess a lot of character. So. Okay, so this is the weapon of choice for street photography. This is quite an expensive bit of kit, but I don't want it to be put off by this. You can do this with any cheap camera, any telephoto lens will do. It's just that I use this for wedding photography, which is kind of my full-time job. So the body of the camera is a Nikon D750, and the lens is a 70-200 Sigma telephoto lens. So here I am, guys. I'm now on the street of my choice. This is the Shambles in York. Usually the Shambles in York is very, very busy. That's the reason I chose it, because it's great for street photography. People on this street are obviously used to seeing people with a camera taking photos. So I'm not going to feel out of place, I'm not going to look like a sore thumb. That flash that you see in there isn't me using the flash, that's actually the light coming off the lens from the opposite end of the street, which is where I made my first mistake. If you look to the end of that street, you'll see how bright that is. That's because I'm shooting into the sun. This is a big mistake. In a minute you'll see a few people walking towards me that are squinting and holding their hands above their eyes. It's not something you want when you're trying to get crisp, clean, natural looking shots. So I eventually did check back on my photos, realised this was happening, and I moved to the opposite end of the street and got far better results. If you are going to be doing this kind of shooting, make sure you're above 100 shutter speed, and also that will stop any kind of motion blur as well. So here I am again. I'm at the opposite end of the street this time, and straight away we can see that the light is far much better. I really liked the way that the light was actually hitting off the shoulders, the back of the head, people's hair, and creating that kind of afterglow look. The guy there you just seen got in my way. Don't worry, this will happen from time to time during street photography. It's just one of them things. So the main reason that drew me to this end of the street, and the main reason why I'm stood exactly where I am, is because if you look to the right, I'm actually stood on a junction. This is a great place for catching people unawares. And what happens is, as people walk around the corner, they're not expecting to see me stood there taking a picture, and I can also use that to my benefit, because if I do get confronted, which I very highly doubt, I could just be like, I wasn't expecting you to come round, I'm sorry. And that's normally when you get your most natural looking shots from people just coming round the junction like that. To everybody else on the street, I look like I'm just a tourist, or I'm there to take pictures of the iconic Shambles Street in York. It's not showing it that well on the video, but to the top right there actually is a broken drain pipe on one of the buildings, and what's happening is the water droplets are coming down through the crack and into the street. That light at the bottom is hitting the droplets and it's creating a really nice effect with this warm light as well. I'm sure it shows up a lot better on the photos. But these shadows that people are casting as well really attracted me to this spot on the street. Absolutely beautiful.
Let's just do what you want to. Please don't be polite, cause I like your attitude.
So for the next half an hour, what I'm going to do is just walk around and take pictures with my phone, nothing more, nothing less. A great thing about using this phone, or any phone for that matter, is that you can do all the editing on the spot, wherever you are. There's apps now that allow you to do editing in your phone. With the big camera, don't get me wrong, it's great to have, but like I said, I only use that for doing wedding photography, where it's definitely needed for low light situations. For anything else, your mobile phone can do just as equally good of a job. And as the old famous saying goes, you can have the world's best typewriter, but it's not going to write you the world's best novel. Okay, when using your mobile phone, I need you to be inspired. I need you to be inspired, but also think outside the box. Whenever you step up to a shot, think about why it is that you stepped up to that shot to take that picture. But then think about the pictures that everybody else would take and do the opposite. So I always stand there and I look at a scene that I want to take a picture of and I think, what would everybody else do? And then what I do is completely the opposite. Okay, so for the purposes of this tutorial, the shots that I went for were really shots that you wouldn't ever dream about going for. Things that had no character, things that might have been boring to everybody else. The reason I did that is because I want to show everybody that you can make anything to a certain extent interesting. Everything can tell a story to an extent. I just wanted to show you that you can create interesting and dramatic type photos from even the most monotonous, boring subjects. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you can take something away from it. If you want to ask me any questions, feel free to drop down below in the comments box and I'll get back to everybody as best I can. If you want to see another video more in depth about photography, videography, my thought processes and the way I approach things, then again leave comments in the box below and I'll get back to all of you and help the best I can. As I always say, it's an absolute pleasure to chat with you guys, to be able to interact like this. I'm so thankful for the internet. I'm so thankful that I have a platform that allows me to talk to people and help people out wherever I can. And like I always say at the end of every single one of my videos, if you can do the same, help somebody out, give someone a hand, and just look out for anyone else that's in need. It's always nice to do that. Until next time, take it easy, look after yourselves. Another video will be coming very shortly, I promise. Until then, peace.